Today I got rejected at the gym by a guy I've sought after for well over a year, and I've never felt so free. When I say I was thinking about this guy for over a year, I would adjust my workout schedules just for the possibility of seeing him. Each time he would be at the gym when I was there, I would beat myself up for not saying anything. And this was something that I would feel and think about days after seeing him. Not only was I emotionally restricting myself from potentially meeting other guys and just having different connections with individuals at the gym, I would be beating myself up each time for not stepping up and saying something to him, as if it was something so detrimental to me by not doing so. Like, I would literally ask God, please, for another chance, just so I could see him again, just to say something. And when I would see him again, I would get nervous about it and then just flake out. But honestly, this taught me something. It literally taught me that I cannot let men or just people in general be what I revolve around in life, what I find happiness within. Because this whole year, a year and a half of me doing this, I was just thinking, oh my God, like, when am I going to see him again? Oh my God, like, was that last chance the last chance I was ever going to see him? Did I just up something that God gave me as a reward for all my hard work? For the longest time, I felt like every kind of challenge or lesson that I had within love, I felt like I was being successful within. And seeing him initially, I thought, holy yeah, that's my reward. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Come to the reality, I just put him on a pedestal as another achievement for me to grasp, as another kind of obstacle for me to just endure, when this whole time he had a girlfriend. And it just goes to show, you waiting on things just for a long period of time only just because you're afraid to pursue it, or you're afraid to act on it, or just take action on it out of fear of what the result may be, it literally stops you from opening yourself up to different experiences and connections that you may have while you're just constantly thinking about this one person or this one thing. It, again, was another lesson for me to learn that I need to detach from individuals that who I think are people that could make me whole, when reality is making myself whole essentially will bring others that will kind of complement my life, but not really fulfill it or as a need or necessity. Y'all, just focus on yourself. Just do your thing. And if you really wanted to go for that guy, just ask him, man.
Shout out to her, because her story illustrates some very key points that I've been trying to get across, both to guys in my circle of influence here off of YouTube, as well as you guys, because what she helped explain was the fact that a woman is prepared to go to extreme lengths when she likes you. I'll repeat that, because it bears repeating. A woman is prepared to go to extreme lengths when it's she who likes you. Year and a half, guys. A year and a half of going to the gym. Can't really see her because of all the stuff she's got on. But let's say she's incredibly fit. Let's say she's one of those Instagram baddies who loves to show off herself in spandex all the time. Let's say she's got that kind of physique. And to get a physique like that, if you're a gym rat, you got to be there 3, sometimes 4, 5 days a week. Add in an extra day for Pilates, I guess, for the women to get it. But the thing is, all that time she's seen this guy, who's obviously also pretty fit because he's there as often as she is, and she never had the guts to say something to him. Crazy. He's right there. But women are terrified of rejection. Terrified of it. They look at us and say we should just suck it up and just go for it and just deal with it. But they are so averse to putting themselves out there. But I wanted to show her as an illustration point because, guys, you have to be very careful how much effort you expend trying to attain a woman. Because if you come off too strong, if you're putting up too much upfront capital, you're going to find yourself in a losing position. Because the way a woman's mind works is the harder you're fighting for her, the less she actually wants you. It's an inverse proportion. It's an inverse reaction because the kind of man she wants, she has to give chase to. It's her innate hypergamy screaming at her to always want somebody of higher value. A man who's sweating her, calling her all the time, all up in her goddamn face, that kind of guy is going to be perceived by her, even if he's not. He could make more money than her. He could be taller than her. He could bench press her while holding a 150-pound dumbbell. He could be better than her on paper across every possible metric. But because he's over pursuing, her brain will make her think he's lesser than. And as a result, she's going to speak to him and treat him as lesser than. And I don't want that to be any of you guys. So to bring home my point, I'm going to let women speak in their own words what they think of guys who over pursue, what they think of guys who put in way too much effort and put them up on unnecessary and unearned pedestals. Roll the clip.
Do you have a type?
I like guys that don't like me. And when they start liking me, I don't like them. And it's really, really sad. It's weird. But unless I really, really, really like them, then I'll still like them. But I like when guys act like they don't like me and don't act interested in, you know what I'm saying?
If you're fortunate enough to have no idea who this is, consider yourself very lucky. For the rest of us, we know that this is Ruby Rose. She's an alleged rapper who's never made a song you've ever heard of, because what's kept her culturally relevant this entire time is that spicy content she makes over on OF. She's made $1 million over there plus. And the thing is, she mentioned what it's like. You like her, she don't like you. Unless she's really, really feeling you. And now all of a sudden, she's willing to give chase. Guys, she's got a guy who went viral because he's one of those Bitcoin millionaires who dropped $60,000 of his Bitcoin earnings just for the opportunity to walk over to her in person, give her a hug, and get her her face tattooed on his leg. And he still never got the chance to hit, guys. $60,000. Insane. And when you look at the guy, he looks like the type who would do that. What else? He's obviously good at investing. He's obviously good at cryptocurrency. What else could he have done with that money? For his family, for his community, for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I mean, for a bunch of different things that would have been much more fruitful to him and society at large with a man of his talent in that realm. But some of us have no cryptocurrency, myself included. I don't know enough about it. I need to read up on it. This guy obviously knows everything there is to know about it and has done very well for himself. And what he chose to do, he chose to spend it on the internet 304. I'm trying to watch my words because of YouTube. He chose to spend his money on a chick that busted open on the internet. And he never got his opportunity to take a bite, if you will. It's sad, guys. Don't be this dude. If you got cash, keep it in your freaking pockets. And don't let these internet 304s run up a bag on you because you so thirsty you can't get women in real life. My God, 60 grand. I haven't even done the homework on it. I wonder what $60,000 American would be in Vietnam. I wonder what $60,000 would be in Costa Rica or Brazil or Colombia. Hell, in Ghana, since he liked black women so much. Or is she Latina? I can't remember. But yeah, this dude could have taken that money to anywhere in Central or South America and been good. But nope. He gave it to a woman who gave him a church hug and sent him back home with a tattoo on his leg as a thank you. Incredible. Up next, and shout out to the big homie Anthony Spade. Links to his channel pinned down to the top comment. This is yet another monetized booty clapper, except she doesn't do it on the OF site. She does it at the club with the poles involved. This is a woman who's going to tell you flat out exactly what happens inside a woman's mind when you, as a guy, are given too much, especially up front. How she going to make you pay for it, and what happens if you control yourself, operate in stoicism, and you are not a thirsty beta male. Let her say it, because the way she does it is way better than I ever could. Roll the clip.
Niggas gotta realize that the first time a girl fucks you is based on how much you ignore her. For example, you text me a lot. I'm gonna just sit there and give you the grandma just to see if you really with me. You know what I'm saying? But if you ignoring the shit out of me, I'm like, oh, I'm about to his life up. Nigga, what? This for that time he fucking didn't want to pick up. Swallow them balls. Take it in the butt. I'm going in on the nigga who ignores me. Like, so I'm just giving y'all niggas some bitches advice.
Guys, live in the living color. She said it. A woman who works where she works and does what she does has all kinds of men coming in there. Guys who are dead broke, who scrounge up some money to make it happen, and guys with deep pockets who got plenty to spend. Her job is to take her clothes off and seduce men for money. One size cannot fit all. The guy with the BMW out in the parking lot who knows who he is, she got to work for that. The guy who thirsty as hell is going to be throwing his whole rent money on the stage. This woman right here knows that male attention, be very, very specific. She knows that male attention comes cheap and easy in her place of business. So when she meets a guy who hopefully won't take her seriously, but let's just, whatever. When she meets a guy who is trying to deal with her and he don't give her all that attention, she has to fight for it. Women want to fight for our attention, guys, because what's scarce is what's valuable. The guy's blowing her up every day, trying to be all up in her face. He at the club 4 or 5 times a week rather than out working on himself, rather than chasing his purpose. You all up in there watching the pole swingers and the booty clappers when you should be at the gym. You should be building your business, or at the very least, if you work somewhere, you should be trying to climb that corporate ladder to the place of higher echelon, higher. You want to be in the boardroom, don't you? But you all up in her face. She will treat you accordingly. Like she said, she's going to give you the grandma kitty, the grandma coochie, basically the starfish coochie, just to see if you still want it. Never put yourself in that position, guys. Never be around a woman who doesn't have interest in you so high she's willing to do what she said. Open up the trick bag, open up the goodie box, give you access to, if you're into it, not every guy is, but give you access to all 3 ports of entry. Choose my words carefully for YouTube. Yeah, if she willing to do all that, she rocking with you, bro. And it's a lot less BS you're gonna have to deal with because she's not trying to F it up. Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's a gutter female. She's a gutter female. And you definitely don't want to bring her home to meet your mother. But she told you the truth. She gave you a look behind the curtain, so to speak. So take heed.
I'm very much single for the simple reason that the people that I want don't want me, and the people that want me, I don't want. So alas, no one will have me.
So we reached the end of the yellow brick road, gentlemen. I showed you 4 women. One who is fit, who was sweating a dude from afar who had a girlfriend for over a year and a half. 2 booty clappers, one online and one at the strip club. And one young lady from all the way across the pond, as they say, across the Atlantic over in the UK. These women are very different from each other. Looks, body type, how they make their money, what they do. But the one thing they all have in common is that they're all women. Incredible how this all works, guys. Women are different because they look different, but their hardware is exactly the same. Now, culturally is a factor. Her religion could be a factor. But at the bottom of the bottom, when you boil it all down, women operate exactly the same way. They want the guy that's hard for them to attain. They want the guy whose attention is a struggle to access. They want the guy who makes them feel, at least subconsciously, inferior to him. Because that's the only way hypergamy can be temporarily satisfied. Gentlemen, have value in yourselves. Take yourselves seriously and do the work. Nobody's going to bring you anything. Nobody owes you anything. Everything you get out of this life will be an uphill battle in the snow, figuratively speaking. So embrace it. Become the kind of man through hard work and through time spent that women break their necks to want to come up to. There are men in this world who exist for whom women are no problem for them. They just live their life doing their thing and the women flock to them like flies. They don't have to do no work. Or what little work they have to do is so little, guys around them are confused. How the hell is this guy doing this? Well, he's obviously taking the time to do what needs to be done. So you can join him or you can hate on him. And there's only one of those 2 outcomes that's going to be fruitful and beneficial to you in the long term. Guys, treat your attention like gold, because that's exactly how women see it. That's all I got for today, fellas. It's my time. Like the video? Comment down below. Share with a friend and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Networkers, we working. Until next time.